Hola, bonjour, hello from the UK. My name's Anne, unprepared and unprofessional, as I normally am, because that is what I do. Been a while since I was on and I've let it slip again because that's what I do, but I'm not doing it anymore. Let me turn this Elton John down. Love that song for Guy. Bit different here. I'm just up actually, and I thought, well, I'm doing a before and after. Not had my hair cut for 1 year, which is normally up because I can't be bothered, you know, that's just the way it is. Grab yourself a cup of tea just for 10 minutes, you know, it's worth just sitting for 10 minutes, whether you like it or not. Now this might not be for everyone, because if you're over, sorry Elton, 40, 50, where perhaps nutrition, I was going to go into nutrition, but I'm going to leave that for another day. Processed sugars and salts, maybe that'll be tomorrow for another podcast. But certainly nutrition in terms of magnesium and B12, all good to help you if you're of that particular age. You know, your hair does get thinner. This, I've let it go for too long, and that's why I just throw it up. Now, throwing it up is a good idea, you know, when you're very busy. Just put your hair up and go. But every now and then, let's face it, we want a little bit of glam. There's nothing wrong in that. And I think we have to. I mean, you know, some of you, this might not be relevant to you, but when you reach a certain age, you know, you've got to embrace it. Embrace the golden years, because alternatively, I don't fancy it. So to do that, we have to take a little bit of nutrition, you know. And I recommend, if you are actually going through menopause, any women out there, please take your calcium and regularly, and probably your hormone replacement, your HRT. I didn't do that, and I had early menopause at 38, and subsequently it's kind of, well, it is monitored and controlled. You end up with weaker bones, and particularly in your spine area, because I'm all for the spinal fluids going up to head and round the body. It's very important. But I take alendronic acid and calcium tablets for that now, which is prescribed. But on top of that, by my choice, and just by reading this and that, what a piece of work we are, to take magnesium, as I say, and B12. Some of these vitamins I've noticed come in sprays now, because I don't really like throwing pills down. Some of them are massive. So a little spray in the mouth of B12 and anything else you can find is really, you might pay a little bit extra for that, but it's worth it, you know. It is worth it long term. Because after all, health, you can't even get into NHS these days, never mind. So you want to really preserve what you've got. That's the bottom line. Preserve what you've got. Cheers. Anyway, I'm just doing a short one here. Thank God, says you all, to do a before and after. So I'll have my hair cut. Hopefully it'll be going lighter, because it'll lift me. I need a lift. And maybe a little bit of lipstick, and we'll see how that works. But if anyone can drop me a line who is of, I don't know, you can be any age, even if you're in your 20s, you probably overlooked this anyway, but if you are, little tips for feeling good in your 50s and your 60s, then please drop me some information and share it, because we all need to share it. I do know that obviously that dopamine, serotonin, all those things, those hormones that you need to release, is dependent on your body. And the ironic thing is, you need to take these vitamins to help you sustain that. But if you're not really, if you're feeling a little bit negative, you hardly even want to even think about that. That's the kind of catch-22 there. But just stay with it, stay strong. You know you're heading the right way, and there's no harm in taking extra nutrition tablets, even if you have a healthy diet. Naturally, that's important, but not everything we eat can really offer what we need at a certain age. I would say it's just topping it up. And the reason I'm saying that is because, that's annoying, I'm doing it and it's made a difference. That's the I know the difference it can make mentally and physically. Mind and body coherence, like I keep talking about. Yeah, I keep talking about that. So later on, once I've got my highlights, we'll see what it is. Imagine if it turns out not so nice. That won't be good. That will not be good. Excuse me? Yes. Sorry about that. As someone I know used to say, the difference between a bad haircut and a good haircut is 6 weeks. But you've got to go. You've got to put changes in your life. You've got to change your habits as well. Don't get into habitual states. That's another thing. Anyway, I digress. But I am going to talk later on about processed sugars and salts and what to avoid and how to really improve your energy levels. It's all worth it. So I just thought I'd sort of pop on for the first few minutes as I'm actually about half an hour out of bed, I have to say. Splashed my face with water because I had to do this video. I've let it go too long again because a few things had to be dealt with. As we all know, we have to deal with these things. But it's no excuse because it is only 10 minutes. Let's get back on track. I'm back on track. Anyway, thanks for joining and see you soon with a transformation, not a transplant, at least not yet. Cheers. Herbal tea, chamomile and fennel, really nice. See you later.